Agenda West Side Bill.
Hi. Welcome to the episode of Into the West Comics. My name is Frank. Sonny is here.
I'm back. What it do? How's everybody going?
Remember the
I missed you
Alamo.
guys.
Austin is here.
I'm back as
Over
well.
there. You're doing good.
Glad to be back.
Yeah. It's the first week. Wait a minute. Let me think about this.
Yeah, I wasn't here last week.
It's the first week that I'm sitting at a table with 3 different people that I was sitting with last week.
That's
really?
crazy.
Interesting.
I think so.
Yeah.
Austin was at the beach with Ray,
Yeah.
the dog, not Ray Skywalker. Ray the pooch.
I just came back from LA. I was at the beach.
You're at LA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was busy doing things.
Hot
Okay.
dog Paul is here.
Secret things,
A
huh?
hot dog corn
What to do,
dog
baby?
is here.
Corn dog.
We gave Shane the night off. He wanted to take some time to relax.
We
Over
gave
there in the
Shane-
Exclusivo Lounge, he's recovering from spending an evening with Barney, I think. Over there in
Oh,
the
yeah, I got some
Exclusivo
drumsticks. Lounge,
Lounge, we got Dre,
What it do, Playboy?
the big hog. And live on the line, you know him from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Jeff Spicoli.
Wow.
Your
Hey,
hair
man.
is amazing.
Big Jeff.
Your hair's
The
glorious.
variant joins
That
us.
was not the reference I expected.
No, I thought it was going like Jared Leto or something. You were doing that earlier.
It's a little
but
Jared Leto thing,
Yeah.
too.
I don't know. Your hair looks magical.
Thank you so much. I've been really not working on it, but it looks good. So
It's giving Jason Momoa
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
thank you.
Little Fast
we
X?
want that.
Ooh,
Oh,
yeah.
with the shirt? Yeah, you looking good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen Fast X yet?
A little Aquaman action.
I did, and I had so much fun.
It was fun.
Did you
Man.
know that
Yeah.
your father also saw it?
We did. All about family.
Yeah.
It's
Family.
about
Great.
it's about family, of course.
There you have it.
Let's get into this.
Sure.
I know that you are a Rebels fan, Jonathan. I know that you're a big Rebels fan. I know that you've probably enjoyed the show so far. I'm gonna start with you. What did you think of the latest episode? What have you thought about the season so far?
Well, just putting it out there, I watched the first episode and I got really upset. I felt like the first episode was some of the worst like Star Wars content that I've ever watched. It
Wow.
felt like it was being padded for time. There was just editing stuff was just felt like a nightmare. Ahsoka was boring. Really every
That's funny
character, I
that
was
you
like,
said
I'm not excited, you know? And then
I
week 2,
feel the same
I was
way,
like,
yeah.
this is kind of sick.
It's so weird because Paul was
It's-
saying that too. He's like, "This is the coolest, boringest show." Like, I'm, you know what I mean? It's weird
Yeah.
parallels behind
It's
that.
the most exciting and boring show I've ever watched in my entire life.
Wow.
Like 1 second,
Yeah.
it's putting me to sleep. The next second, I'm like, oh, this is
This is
dope.
really cool.
Yeah.
And it's I think it's the first Star Wars show that we've watched where every episode has increased, at least for me, by like 2 points. Like the first
100%
episode, it was
agree.
like 2,
Wow.
and it's like a 4, and then like a 6, and then last week's episode this last Tuesday. I was like, this is so dope.
It's funny.
It's so great.
It's so funny that Jonathan says that because I was talking to somebody earlier and I was like, yeah, for me, the first episode was like a 5. The next episode was a 6. The next episode was like a 6.5. And then this episode was like an 8.5. I like this one a lot, actually.
A lot.
It's been steadily getting better, which is usually not how these shows go.
Yeah,
No.
unfortunately, that's not how the test of the Disney Plus shows have been going lately. What did you think? You like that?
I've enjoyed the show more every week. I love the live action adaptations of some of these characters, and I've Jonathan, like, probably during COVID or right after COVID, he gave me like a hit list of like episodes to watch. A lot of them were finales or the season premieres of each season of Rebels.
Right.
So I was starting to do that, but then when Filoni is saying, well, this show is going to basically be the 5th season,
That's what everybody's
by
been
default of Rebels, I was like, well, I should probably just watch the show.
Yeah.
So I went and I watched it like furiously. But our friend Fire Guy Ryan was following up with me. He goes, "Did you finish Rebels yet?" Because I was like kind of dragging my feet a little bit there. It was kind of tough to get into. But the season finales and all the premieres usually of each season they're pretty good, pretty solid. I like that a lot.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I agree.
I've liked the show a lot. Austin, what do you think?
Yeah, I've liked it all the way through. Just kind of like Jonathan, the first episode was fine for me. It wasn't great, and kind of like Jonathan, it just kept getting better and better. This last episode was really great. The lightsaber fights were super cool. Balin, I believe his name is, the villain.
Dude, he's so
super cool.
He's
kind of
the
like
best
he was
part
just
of the
kind of he was just kind of like yelling at Ahsoka during their fight. It was pretty cool, like trying to get her all angry. He was like talking like he knew, like it was like kind of cool, like the hero didn't win at that lightsaber fight. She lost. It was kind of like, oh.
And I love the duality between like he doesn't seem like he's all the way bad, but he might be bad, and then like the master and the apprentice between Ahsoka and what's her name and
Sabine.
Sabine, right?
I'm not sure if this is a hot take or not, but Balin's skull and the what's the other chick?
Shin Hati.
Yeah.
Balin's skull and Shin's whole dynamic is like 110% more interesting than Ahsoka and Sabine.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's not even close. Like Ahsoka and Sabine are like, you can do this. And she's
I don't know
like,
if I can do this.
I don't know if I can do this. And then she's like, maybe you can. And this is how every conversation goes. Ahsoka's like,
maybe
you can do this. And Sabine's like, I don't know if I can. And then Ahsoka's like, maybe you can. And then Sabine's like, but actually I can. I'm like, oh my God, bro.
And then the droid shows up randomly.
Yeah, the droid's
I'm gonna
like,
fix this.
stay together, guys.
Sonny and I were talking about there's the blindfolded
Oh my
training
God, I'm
scene.
so glad you're getting into this.
And I watched the episode and I was like, oh, this is a weird nitpick. Didn't really affect my enjoyment of the, I think it was the 3rd episode. But it was just really weird. And I was like, am I tripping?
Not at all.
And then Sonny, before I even said anything, texted the chat, the stunt double they have for the Sabine actor in that scene is just way more muscular than her. So every time it's the stunt double,
It's so awkward.
it's jarring how much
I
more
didn't notice
like,
that. I need to watch it.
she just
again.
has much more of a physical prowess.
buff.
And then after we said that, I was like, let me throw it back on. And
See
Liz
if
and
it's
I were
that
watching
bad.
it. And I was like, Liz, tell me if I'm tripping. Do these look like 2 different people? And she was like 100%.
100%.
One of them almost looks like a man because the other girl is so
I
skinny.
didn't notice. I need
So
to
like
watch
when
it again.
she does the helmet
Yeah.
thing, and then she has the sword, and she's so buff.
Anytime she
okay?
does anything dynamic,
It's a different.
it's the stunt double. And
And I'm
she's
like,
like,
Why don't you just walk around the room and everybody would be fine? You didn't have to do any cartwheels. There's no like. It's just very strange.
she didn't do anything crazy. She could have just,
She could have just did that.
I don't
I'm
understand.
so glad you just did that on camera.
Yes.
I
am
was trying,
not.
I was trying not to do it. But no, it's very awkward. I think there's a lot more dedication even into the old movies. All the guys did like tons of sword training to like look cool.
Yeah.
And like you're like one opportunity to like do some kind of cool something.
Well,
you don't
it's
do.
funny that, like, because one of my favorite things about some of the newer movies, and The Last Jedi in particular, there's the fight scene with the Praetorian Guards with Rey
Yeah, that
and
was
Adam
cool.
Driver. Daisy Ridley and Adam Driver, they did those stunts.
Choreography.
And I saw like a breakdown of the stunts, and they were like, you see the actual stunt people waiting on Rey to get there. Yeah, in slow motion, but it's nice to see Daisy Ridley's face actually
Right.
doing these
Yeah.
things.
Right.
Whereas you watch a stunt double who's clearly not the actor, and it takes me out of it, and I'd
I
rather
should've,
watch
like,
the
a
actual
side-
actor doing it.
I should have done a side-to-side picture about it because it's very.
I need to watch
It's
it.
so weird.
But anyways,
Dre, what do you
digress.
think?
I'm like, did you like it?
I don't think we got Dre's audio.
I think his audio's on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
It'll be okay.
Text me.
You're like, it was good.
Thumbs up or thumbs down.
Do you want to go into spoilers or about because there's a little spoilers
We
at the end.
can start to get into that.
Drake.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
there you go.
There he is. Okay, Dre, what did you think?
In there. Absolutely loved it. All I can say is Ray is killing that role, and I just feel like man, he gone. I'm like, his performance was just
that does suck because
he
doesn't get to see like what he did and probably what he's gonna do for Star Wars in the future.
Yeah,
right. Cool. But I mean, just is there a hint of fear that I said? It's like he's like, no, experience.
Mm-hmm.
Just everything that he's saying, and then his style of fighting is just so aggressive. Like he's like very like he calculates everything, and then once he swings, he's like, I'm trying to kill you, dog. Like, I'm getting you, Brad. Like it's amazing. And then don't want to say. Well, I mean, it's you guys continue because about the ending.
I mean, it's definitely spoiler worthy, but it's all over the internet. There's
Everyone
like
knows. They put
actual
a poster
posters.
board. Yeah, they put a poster board out.
Okay, yes. So the world between worlds, like it's
It's there.
is fire.
I love when they do weird stuff like that because it's just so much more interesting than watching Ahsoka and Sabine in a room talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like going into they had the space whales at the end of episode 3.
Super cool.
So weird. Loved it. The world between worlds at the end of this one.
Super cool.
So weird.
Yep.
Loved it. I love when I wish they would have had Marok do I thought for a second he was about to fly away when he got that thing spit up. I was like, please, bro. Please.
Like
helicopter
rebels,
off.
like rebels when they didn't rebels when they
When they fly away because it's like Namor with his little wing feet. It's so stupid. I love it so much. It's like we're watching dudes hit each other with blades of light. Like it already doesn't make sense.
Right.
Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
And that's why people who complain about The Last Jedi when the ship went through the other one.
That was super cool.
I'm like, why are you complaining about physics in Star Wars?
It's just for fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun.
Who cares?
But there's the last scene. Pretty crazy.
It's pretty nuts. And Jonathan, I was mentioning it to you about there's a mall, I guess, up in Seattle. They're doing this at 10 theaters.
Yeah.
There's a mall about 20 minutes away from you that they're going to be showing screenings of the episode for next week. I mean, Filoni has everybody by the throat at this point because you got the way that the 4th episode ends, and then they're announcing that they're putting the 5th episode. We're halfway through the season. They're going to put the 5th episode in theaters.
And they're doing a Disney Plus Apprentice and Master documentary about Ahsoka and Anakin this week on Friday, cool. I think.
What?
I mean, it's got to be. The timing is incredible. Did you get tickets? Are you going to make a trip over to the AMC in Alderwood?
I looked it up, and it seems that it's going to be maybe a little bit difficult. It's definitely sold out, at least the showtime that's more convenient for me.
So make it work.
AMC has a thing that says that there might be more showtimes later in the day, but maybe.
Make it work.
It's only a 30 to 45 minute thing.
So 49 minutes.
49.
Cool.
Okay.
You see it an hour early because they're releasing it at whatever time it is. It's like 6 o'clock your local time. Whenever it comes out, you'll be able to watch it at 5. They're gonna put it out an hour.
That's
early.
cool.
So I mean,
maybe
we keep dancing around who shows up at the end. Clearly, it's young Skywalker.
Anakin.
No.
Yeah, not Luke.
Not Ray.
Looking a lot better with the de-aging stuff than what we got at the end of, what was it, Mando season 2?
Yeah, with Luke.
Yeah.
They
Luke
did a lot
even in the
he looked better.
middle of Boba Fett looked better.
Yeah.
Looked a lot better.
And Anakin didn't talk at all in this episode, and that wasn't an accident because that's when the face.
Because you hear the
stuff,
voice and they're not showing his face.
Yeah, but that's when the face replacement stuff starts to fall apart a little bit, and when the lips are like doing their thing, and it's like. Doesn't look like this guy's actually talking. But
so do you think this next episode's going to start from where that one ended, and we're going to get like a flashback?
I think it's just Ahsoka and Anakin relationship the whole episode. I think it's just, and then episode 6 through 8 is about whatever his name is, Thrawn.
So I was going to say, first off, when do we get Thrawn? But second, so when do we get our Mandalorian episode? Is there going to be one?
I have a bad feeling about that. It may show up.
This show for me really found its identity this episode, and I wish it would have done that a little quicker.
Yeah.
But with Baylan Skoll, kind of the whole back and forth between Sabine and him was really dope,
good.
and it made a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I wish we would have gotten there a little quicker, and been able to get a little deeper into the story more quickly, because that was the most dynamic part of this show so far, where he's like, you want Ezra. It was giving me a little bit of Lord of the Rings vibes at first. So Ahsoka's like, destroy it. I was like, all right, Elrond, relax. But it was cool to see him like, she wants you to lose your friend. I want to help you get him back. And then he gets it from her, and it's like, oh, Shin's gonna kill her, and he's like, no. Yeah. I'm a man of my word. I'm not a Sith, not a Jedi, but I'm not a Sith. I'm gonna give her what she wants because she gave me what I want. So
he's really the GOAT in the show right now, and
100%.
the stoicness works so good for him.
Yeah.
But not
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka, yeah. I mean, she will be like super stern. And then right before a fight, she'll be like giving like weird little like smiles and looking like, I don't know. She gives off like she's all over the place as far as like what her demeanor is. And it kind of makes me, it's not bad, but it kind of makes me go, what is she doing? Like, what is she going for here?
I have a thing about that real quick with the whole Ahsoka being confusing. I think Disney, ever since they got the Star Wars property, they've been trying to like reforge like Luke and other older Jedis. And at the beginning of the show, she felt very much like Luke when we see him in Mandalorian. Like those episodes of like the Jedi kind of being more so like boring and like, it's like kind of smirky, but like weird and like vaguely mysterious. That I don't know if they want a Jedi to be different than what it was like years ago. Yeah. So they keep on trying to like reflavor or rebrand like a new like Luke. But it's not really, it doesn't really work because Ahsoka was trained by Anakin. And in, I don't know, in what we saw in Clone Wars, when she finally like leaves and takes on her own, she's just confident, but she doesn't have anything that's like holding her to like conviction. She's just like a confident like Jedi thing because she's not really a Jedi, right? She's trying to do her own Force deal. So I'm wondering if that's like if they're hesitant with trying to make her like really stand out. And I mean, what do you do with a character like Ahsoka who's already betrayed and has had like this redemption arc and then like is teaching Ezra and Sabine in like Rebels? Like, how does she like grow more that she's not overwhelming to like the audience? Because Ahsoka is not going to be carried into anything. I mean, they can do other stuff with Ahsoka, that's fair, but her character can't really grow anymore. Her character's like, well, I don't know actually how old Ahsoka like is. I mean, she's like 15 in the original. So how old is she now?
40-ish, 45 probably.
Yeah.
Right. So like, I don't know how long they live, but like, where else would she grow to? You know what I mean? Like, she's just kind of already who she is. And they just need to say, hey, this is who she is. If she's strong and confident and like a little fun, that's great. But right now it kind of feels like she's between two different forms of who she is.
She doesn't have a
between
balance.
two worlds.
Between two worlds.
Literally and figuratively. That was
a good one.
That was great.
That was good.
Yeah.
You're always good at those.
She's all over the place. And then it kind of made me laugh when Baylan Skoll like kicks her off the thing and it's like the music swells and then disappears and I'm like, yeah, 'cause she's totally dead, right? The name character of the show, right?
That's what I be thinking though, because I mean, she's seeing Anakin's like, I'm seeing you a little too soon.
Yeah,
like,
right.
So I'm thinking she gone.
So look, how did that happen? Did she get cut? Or she just get teleported?
I think something happened with the map. I don't know. There's something with that because
where she fell was within the boundaries of that map. I don't think she died. I think she's stuck in
because she was holding the ball, the map, and it burned her, and then it was like stuck in her hand, the imprint.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, you know that's another weird thing about Star Wars.
Now she's the map. She's like Dora.
Yeah. Well, Dora isn't the map, but
she's not. No. I didn't get too far into Dora. I only watched the first season of Dora.
Only season 1.
Don't step on Dora lore. All right, relax.
Dora lore.
Dora lore. But that's almost like Mandalore, but different. Oh, thank you.
Yes. Both of them.
But you know, another like weird thing they run into with this show is that like Ahsoka is older than Luke. Not just the show, but like the shows in general and kind of the arc they're coming from with Rebels and then the original movies and blending them together. I don't know about you guys. Ahsoka does not feel older than Luke to me. Never. She never feels more experienced.
Like the same
she never
age,
feels
kind of
older.
like the same.
In Mandalorian, no, it's not Mandalorian. It's Boba Fett. That's
Boba
hilarious.
Fett. Yeah.
When she's like, "You're so much like your father," I'm like, "Oh yeah, she's older than Luke."
Like
she's like way older.
I mean,
than
she's
Luke.
like Latina, right? I mean. Maybe she eat a lot of vegetables.
Oh my gosh!
What?
Sure.
She look young.
No, that's
sure.
I didn't really mean an appearance. I meant more like
Latina women age good, man. You know what I'm talking about? Jonathan knows.
Was Rosario Dawson?
I do know. Yeah.
Isn't she black? Black don't cry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She's like Latina, I think, Puerto Rican or something.
You said something.
Yeah.
Jonathan awkwardly laughed.
Instead of being awkward, we can also make another good point of the fighting between her and Balin. When I don't know, at least to me, I had to watch the scene a couple times, but it kind of looked like she kind of choked the apprentice, right? Like Skull, like just for a second before she threw her, like she holds her. And I'm wondering if they she's going to talk to Anakin, if this episode's their relationship. I don't know. I don't actually personally think they're going to give us that much of their dynamic. They're only going to give us like 15, 20 minutes of the episode. Yeah. But it'd be interesting is if they were pushing a really big time, especially during Rebels, like she's not a Jedi, but they go that more gray or in between route of what a Jedi who isn't a Jedi anymore, that isn't a Sith. Because Balin and his apprentice are kind of the same thing. They're not Siths. No. Right?
No.
They're just not good. But there's somehow there's a boundary that both of them probably are going to meet at, and displaying that in the Force and as far as what they use their powers for can be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I have a question for all you guys. How do you feel about with the exception of The Last Jedi and Force Awakens, the Star Wars as a whole since the newer stuff has been weirdly hesitant, like I said, except for those first two movies where they're building up Rey, have been weirdly hesitant to let characters be Jedis. They're acting like being a Jedi is a bad thing. And I get their fallacies or whatever, whether I love the prequels or not. But I think there was an effort, at least early on in the Disney stuff, to restore what it meant to be a Jedi, with the kid with the broom at the end of The Last Jedi. But now it's the cool thing, more interesting thing to do is everyone's a gray Jedi. No one's just a straight up good guy. And I'm I kind of would like to see someone just be a good guy.
You see, I think they're probably in the point in their time where wars and all this kind of stuff that they are a lot of people know that you can't really walk one of the either side. There is that gray in between.
Mm-hmm.
So some maybe lean towards the dark and end up a little bit like Balin or whatever.
I guess
but,
let me phrase it like this: would you like Ahsoka, Sabine, and Ezra, maybe even just one of them, to be a fully fledged Jedi by the end of this show?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Ezra.
I think Ezra will be.
That'd
be great.
I would.
I think Sabine is going a different route.
Yeah.
I think Sabine is gonna be evil.
You
I think
think?
she's gonna embrace the dark side by the time the episode
go
ends.
after Bo-Katan and the dark saber.
Yep.
Yeah, if you get, I think that's a great way to go with it. You have Ahsoka stay down the middle. You have Ezra be the Jedi.
Yeah.
And then you have Sabine go to the dark side, and then you
have
pit
that
all three of them against each other in a way where they also have that relationship.
She could start back up. She could re-up Death Watch.
Oh
my goodness, that'd be crazy.
Dre, what do you think about with the War Between Worlds? Do you think that we're gonna get an episode where they're just in a dreamscape, for the episode, or is it
a little flashback?
A little flashback thing?
Take your time. About that. It's because I'm in season 3 of Rebels. I'm halfway there, so I'm I don't know too much. I just know what it is.
Season 4, episode 13.
See, I'm on season 3, episode 14. So I'm catching up, but I think, as Austin said, it's going to be just a whole. Well, actually, they're making that doc. You said so, maybe not.
So where's this place? Is it literally there's no time?
Dre's just here for the ride.
He's just what's cracking? I don't know, dog.
So Lothal, okay, I'll give you a quick history lesson.
Yeah.
Lothal is a very force-heavy planet, force-sensitive planet.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there are symbols like Loth Wolves and Purgil that play a part in hyperspace and time travel in between this space. They went from one side of the planet to the other in an episode in a second.
Okay.
And they were showing that's like a snapshot of how quick the time travel can take place for them to get somewhere. And it's symbolic too, with a reference to wolves. The character Merrick is like from Arthurian legend, that there's
it's like named for wolf.
a magical wolf, and Balin Skull and Shin Hati are wolves, names of wolves in the mythology. So it all leans into
like poetry. It rhymes.
It's like poetry. It rhymes. It goes together.
Filoni
like
loves
poetry.
the wolves.
He does, wolves. And Filoni loves wolves.
Yeah,
that's cool. He's the wolf daddy.
Well, that's cool.
So yeah,
I think by the end of this season, wait, hold on. Do we get a season 2?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think there's a season 2. I'm gonna ask everybody here. I don't know if there is a season 2. I think they're going right into the movie.
That's what I think.
The issue is that since everything is delayed, because I know that they have like this outline in place for what they want to do, I don't know how soon we get the movie.
Is it Heir to the Empire or something?
I think it's gonna be a loose adaptation of that. She mentions Heir to the Empire when she's talking about Thrawn, of course.
No, it was Timothy Zahn.
Timothy Zahn. Yeah.
Zahn Zahn. Yeah.
Zahn Zahn.
It was Billy Zane.
But yeah,
I knew that joke was coming.
But yeah, I think they'll do that movie, but I think they'll change the characters. Like I said a couple weeks ago, it'll be like all the Disney Plus characters, like Mandalorian, Grogu, Ahsoka,
Doogie Howser.
Yes, Ezra.
Like a mashup. Like
the Aunties of Darkness.
The Aunties of Darkness. Scrooge McDuck.
Everybody's gonna be there. It's the Avengers.
Rescue Rangers.
Avengers of Star Wars. Yes.
Airbud.
Yeah. Golden Receiver.
Mighty Ducks.
Golden Receiver.
It's like the Infinity War.
Yeah, Stanley Yelnats from
Joanna Man.
Joanna Man shows up.
Hopefully, Joanna Man makes the cut.
Hopefully.
Oh my goodness!
Mandalorian armor.
Wow.
And a basketball.
If you look over there in the Exclusivo Lounge, we got some.
What it do?
Oh my goodness! Brother Marcus is here.
Dope shirt.
He's looking.
Oh, that is.
He's looking good.
Hello, everyone.
What's cracking?
What have been your thoughts so far of Ahsoka? We're halfway through the season, man. Here we go.
Oh no.
Look,
I didn't even say anything.
I know. That's the.
I think this show is probably better served for those who are fans of Rebels
100% agree.
and no one else.
I get
And no
it.
one else?
I
And
get
no
it.
one else.
I get it.
Yeah, the season, so episode 4, part 4 was good, but it kind of reminds me of what I didn't like about Star Wars Rebels, where it was kind of like Sabine, she's cool in design only. What was his name? Kanan, the Jedi that was in that anime series.
Yeah.
He was a whiny wuss. He kind of reminded me of like Peter Parker if he was a Jedi or something. And then Ezra was a brat. And then so I really don't have a strong connection with Rebels as much as I did with Clone Wars, the animated stuff.
Right.
That was good, and that's the Ahsoka I like. But this one, the live action interpretation, Ahsoka's boring. Sabine, she's supposed to be Mandalorian, right?
She is Mandalorian.
She can't fight worth nothing. She can't fight with a lightsaber. She can't shoot worth nothing. Like
her helmet falls off.
Her helmet fell off. There's I think that was a blooper.
I'm like, good God, man! She's supposed to be Mandalorian. Boba and Jango would be like, they'd be pissed. He would take off his helmet again, just a pimp slapper.
She's kind of like the Jack Burton of the Star Wars universe. It's just
she's
like
terrible. She's
bumping
terrible
into things. The Jonathan got it.
Yeah, she's supposed to be that warrior. I'm supposed to see some Mandalorian, getting down, and she's not doing that. She's not there. She's not there at all.
Do you like that? The character that we all seem to like. I can't think of his name now.
Merrick.
Balin
Lord Balin.
Balin Skull, yeah.
He's probably the only thing that's keeping me watching it. Actually, because he's effortlessly acting.
Ray Stevenson he was a dynamite actor.
Yeah,
he was really incredible.
You're drawn into what he isn't saying as much as what he is saying.
That's a great way to put it. Yep.
And that's good acting. Yeah. Whereas you're kind of like, hey, Ahsoka, can you say a couple of words? Come on.
Yeah,
she's not
putting
wrong.
Me to sleep, literally.
Yeah. There's a lot of times where Ahsoka and Sabine walk into a room and just say what's going on that everyone already knows.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this
Ship is
dialogue?
broken. Okay, what do we do? I don't know.
We have to go down there and get the map. What are you guys doing? We're going down there to get the map.
She's like, I guess you reset my preset. She's like, I didn't need him. And they're like, I'm like, come on, man, make it interesting or something.
Like to go from Andor with Tony Gilroy writing it.
Yeah,
to
you could
this,
tell. You could
it's
tell.
like night and day.
Yeah, you could tell.
You see how the script will take you so far, and then an actor will either elevate it, or if the script is really that bad, it's harder to bring it up. I think in this case, with this show, though, I think it might be the actors, not the script.
It's definitely a transition, and we've got to transition this guy out of here because he's going to go get in line for tickets for Ahsoka
knots?
episode. He's going to go pick up some garlic knots.
Lots of garlic knots.
Jonathan, we're going to get you out of here. Heal up that finger so you can give everybody the bird. And
he already is.
we will. He already is. You just did. Oh, you can't help it. It's fine. But love you. Love the shirt. I'm going to see you in a couple of weeks. Going to be up there for Rose City Comic Con in Portland. We'll see you over there. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Jonathan.
Good
Later,
to see you.
Talk to you later. Have a good night.
Later, guys.
Later, homie.
Later, brother.
So, yeah. So, I mean, even the fight between Lord Balin and Ahsoka, I'm kind of like, really? Like, I expected, I don't know. I didn't expect Ahsoka to be bested. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But, you know, I didn't expect someone who looks like is pretty much a youngling, you know, kind of that straight away and kind of got some of the dark side of the Force in him to best someone who kind of, even though she left the Jedi Order, she still seems contemplative enough in her demeanor to meditate and still ponder some things of the Force.
Right.
You know, she stepped away from the Order, but she didn't step away from the Force. You know?
She can move cups.
Yeah.
Also,
She'd be moving
don't
cups
she
and
have
stuff.
2 lightsabers?
And I don't know why she was fighting with one. She's just trying to be a samurai.
I think the other one was on the charger.
And I'm like,
That's
and it's like just so much more
It
dynamic.
like didn't connect to the Bluetooth when she tried
both
to
of
like,
them out,
It's not connecting.
and she's already used both of them in
sabers.
show, right?
and been
like,
very successful at it.
you know, like in the Phantom Menace, I think one of the strongest points of that is once Darth Maul reveals that he has both of them, he uses both of them every single time.
Yeah.
So I think once you reveal an ability and then to just not use it anymore, it's like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
See,
I mean, that's fair because if I was on there, so I would just be force choking everybody. I don't care if you like have a lightsaber or not. Dog.
Nice.
Like, I just
of
course.
That's
the hell
kind
out
of a
of you.
cheat
That's it,
code.
you know?
Yeah,
So-
cheat code.
But they don't
Just
use
cheat
it.
code.
Force choke
Wow.
everyone.
Bro. As soon as everything pops off.
I also, I guess this might be just like a director sort of point or preference, but I kind of think that the droid fight that was underneath the
That
ship
was a little corny.
Yeah, that would have been that would have been funner
I
if
forgot
it
about
was
that.
when everyone else was fighting at the same time. So, like, let's say you had Ahsoka, you had Sabine, the sucky Mandalorian. If they all were fighting at once, that would be kind of cool. But when he's like by himself and he's just like twirling his own torso and boxing, it's kind of like, remember the little boxing game you had as a kid, the little thing,
Rock'em Sock'em?
That's what it looked like, and I was like, wow. We've gotten to this point. Okay.
They're making a Rock'em Sock'em movie.
Wow.
Are they?
Yeah,
Oh
'cause-
man,
'cause
I hope
it's,
it's in It's in the Hasbro universe.
It is.
Yeah, it'd be part of Barbie. So
Barbie made $1 billion and
Yeah.
$400
$1 billion.
dollars.
Barbie's gonna save superhero films for the money they lost for Warner.
Literally,
She's gonna turn it
and
around.
man.
Apparently, Hasbro saw that 1.4 billion from Barbie, and they went, "All right, that means people want to watch Rock'em Sock'em Robots."
Yeah.
It's a translation.
That's literally, no one asked for that.
No.
I hate
And
that.
no one asked for Barbie either, but at least, okay, if we got all this money, then let's try to rehack some G.I. Joe
I was
movies
gonna say
again.
the
do the
same
Toy Soldiers.
thing.
Yeah, let's rehack.
GI Joe's coming,
Toy Soldiers is
bro.
cool.
They're coming.
Toy Soldiers was
still
dope.
holds up.
Dude, that
The
movie has not
Gorgonites.
aged. Yeah, that movie has not aged. It's
Fire.
fun. It's
We are trending, I think, in a better direction with shows regarding the Plus. I think with Ahsoka.
Fingers
Yes.
crossed.
It can't.
Hey,
It can't be.
at least there's
Case
four,
by case,
not
baby.
just 2 episodes left. At least there's 4
At
more.
least there's 4
Yeah,
episodes
there's
left.
4.
We're halfway through.
weird.
We're not trending towards Secret Invasion.
yeah.
We're trending in
This
a better
show's much
direction.
better than I am.
The same week that we get the season finale for Ahsoka, we're going to be getting the first episode of Loki's second season.
Oh,
Will
interesting.
be
They
that
did
same
They
week.
probably planned that.
They put out a new short little teaser for the second season of Loki, and we're gonna take a look at that and chit chat. There he is. Oh,
There he is.
that's look.
There he is.
He's in the TVA. He's over there.
The teaser for season 2.
I like it so far.
Looks great.
Looks great.
Yeah,
I mean, that's
Jonathan
money right
Majors looks different.
there. Money.
Well, that's crazy how
It's
much
gonna
they
be
look
hard to
alike.
believe.
No, seriously, that was really kind of crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
I've
glad
been
Jonathan's in
pulled through time between the past and the present and the future.
Everything is turning to
That's right.
Don't overthink it.
Round, and around we go. All right. Again.
That's fine.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dre, your thoughts about Loki season 2? What are you looking forward to in this show?
You know, I'm gonna take it for what it is.
Uh-oh.
And honestly, the teaser had me hyped, like the editing.
Yeah.
I'm very I don't have anything as far as like what like theories or what's going on. I just know
Just hope it doesn't suck.
exactly. At this, and based off everything that I'm seeing, these teasers, like it's not.
Do you feel like they're giving away too much, though? I mean, I still
don't
don't
think I
understand
know
anything
like-
that's happening.
I don't know.
They need to
don't
stop
think
it right there. They
Yeah.
just
Yes, no
don't-
more teasers though.
No,
Yes.
no,
No more trailers. No
anything.
trailer number 2. You know, getting
Yeah.
in depth
Yeah.
on the
We're
story.
just
like,
about a
leave it there.
month from
Right.
it being
that's a good
released, so
tease.
they don't have to
Yeah.
do anything else.
That's a good
Yeah,
teaser.
We're good.
Right
And
now.
that's the
Do you
part,
need
yeah.
more?
No.
We're
No,
No.
absolutely.
Okay.
No, I'm fine.
I have a
I'm okay.
theory though about Loki.
Ah.
How it's
You didn't say it earlier when we were
No.
talking about it. I'm kind of excited to
yes.
hear
I
this.
just kind of have a theory because they're not really talking about the Avengers movies coming out. They said King Dynasty, Secret Wars.
Mhm.
I feel like that Loki may kind of reset everything because they're saying no one understands the multiverse, what's happening. I feel like this might be kind of like the cutting off point of the multiverse. They may reset and start up something new.
And I'm tired of reset.
Because I
There
think
is-
Jonathan Majors may be done. They may say, okay, we're done with that. Let's just reset and we'll do kind of more of a grounded.
So do you think
type
they're gonna scrap the
I
other
think
two
this
movies?
is the end. Yeah, I think this is it. Like this is like the end. Like
They
Loki.
are going to do a soft reboot.
Yeah.
There are articles already saying that there's. I forget which one it is. It's one of the movies, or it might be one of the. No, I think it's one of the movies, either Secret Wars or.
I think it's Secret Wars because that's supposed to be the next
Yeah.
one, the
Something
second
is
one,
supposed to soft
right?
reboot.
Kang Dynasty first, and then Secret
Who
Wars.
was gonna write Secret Wars?
It was the guy from Ant-Man, but
Yes.
It's not
cut him.
anymore.
They cut
and
him.
which is I think is Jeff Loveness,
Yeah.
who is
Yeah.
a Rick and Morty writer, which he lends very well to Rick and Morty. He does not to the MCU. But
Very
I've
strange.
heard that one of the two people that they are targeting for these movies are Phil Lord and Miller, the gentleman
Yeah.
behind the Into the Spider-Verse movies.
That'll work.
That'd be good.
And the Lego movie. They're talking about trying to get them on board and have them kind of guide that part of the universe. But that's just like speculation. Nothing about that.
They are
Because-
really not leaning towards showing Jonathan Majors in a
No.
lot of the stuff. They're not really explaining what is Victor Timely,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
I'm guessing he's the guy
founded the
He was-
TVA.
founded the TVA.
Weirdly, he was in that short teaser.
He has.
more
He's
than
the
he
one
was
with
in
that
the,
little
trailer.
figure.
Yeah.
That's him. Yeah.
He
Interesting.
might be in it more than we think he's going to be.
I mean, I could definitely see them restarting, but I just think it would be so strange to scrap two big events that should be happening. Just
I don't think they're
of,
going to entirely scrap them. I think
No.
they're going to
They're gonna
rework
change
them.
it.
So,
Yeah.
soft reboot is the big key
Yeah.
word.
Because they're not making any money. That's the problem.
That's true.
That's the main thing. Money. They're
That's
not making it.
that seems like it'd be a common theme with a lot of
Because the Marvels
movies
is the
that
only
come out.
movie that they kind of announced so that's why I feel like they might do a soft reboot. 'Cause
Well, that's got a lot to do.
yeah, with the writer strike,
strikes and
but
stuff.
yeah,
They should just bring She-Hulk into this one and
Oh, gosh.
just make it cool.
Have her have a
I think they
conversation
put
with
it out
Feige
there
again.
that the What If second season is going to come out like right around
Yeah.
Christmas. They released like an episode, just like not descriptions. They gave like titles
Mhm.
for the episodes, and
Oh my-
some of them look somewhat interesting.
So I
We'll see.
So when you thought about what if and like fun what if happens in the MC, was one of them what if John Favreau saved Christmas? No, it wasn't. So of all the interesting, yes, that's literally
one
going to
of
be
them.
one of the what if not
gosh.
John Favreau, but
Happy.
Oh, yeah.
what if
Happy Hogan
saves
saves
Really?
Christmas.
Does anybody want
No.
And I,
No,
and I
I'm sure
think
it could be fun, but of all the interesting ideas they could do,
another one was
Really?
the WandaVision. If Wanda grew up watching musicals instead of
Brother.
that's
Yeah.
one of the what if
Leave it
episodes.
alone.
yeah,
Wow.
Wow.
That's
no,
rough.
no real interesting stuff.
No.
Like
I'd rather see a Punisher Christmas special.
what if,
Bro, yes.
what if
there's a
T'Chaka
lot of
didn't
material
die
for
or
that.
stuff like
There's
that.
a lot
No,
of
we
material
get,
Yeah, things like that. I mean,
with Happy Hogan saved Christmas.
I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm
I'd
excited
rather
for
be
the
Frank Castle saves the Christmas.
Are you excited for Loki season 2, Marcus?
Yes and no.
Okay, great.
Yes, because it was good. The first season was good.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to propel me or compel me to actually watch it. But I mean, I don't know where it's kind of like with all these other like DC movies. It's kind of like, I don't know where the stakes are. Do I take it as a standalone? Like, okay, we're just finishing this out, or are we setting up for something else?
Like, why does it matter?
Yeah, why does it matter? How do I value this?
Right.
You know, other than is it just sit and passively be entertained? Cool. I can deal with that too. Blue Beetle was like that for me. I could just sit and enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to keep me captivated for what's, ahead, then I need some sort of inkling as to,
What's going on?
Yeah.
what your outline is. And a lot of the problem is at this point, both the big two, both Marvel and DC, both Warner Brothers and Disney, it's all because of diminishing returns. Too much, and now it's fatiguing everything. All the industries, all of the entertainment stuff, because you have it everywhere.
No, it's true.
So I mean, Star Wars was special because you didn't have Star Wars every month.
Right.
You had a movie every maybe 3-4 years
Yeah.
at the most. That gave enough time to anticipate, to build excitement, to market correctly. All of that. You don't have that. Now we have Star Wars coming out the wazoo, and it's like, okay, well,
for now,
yeah. And it's just like,
you might not get another movie now for 3 or 4 years.
To kind of,
Yeah.
I mean, echo Marcus. I mean, you look at the 4 highest grossing movies this year: Barbie, Super Mario Bros, Oppenheimer, and then Guardians. Only one superhero movie is in
Right.
that. And I would be almost willing to bet Killers of the Flower Moon is gonna pass Guardians of the Galaxy and
I could see
overtake that.
It
in
has
the
a lot
4
to do with the
highest grossing
fatigue.
movies.
There's a lot of the
And
fatigue.
isn't it weird that how different DC and Marvel's trajectories have been? They are now currently at the exact same place.
right.
Oh, that's true.
How weird. We don't know what's going on, where it's going. The projects have been middling.
That's true.
And it's like DC went like this, and they're here. And then Marvel went like this,
bro.
and then they're at the same exact spot.
It's true.
It's so weird that in such a short period of time, they are now in basically the same exact spot.
But they're not going to move Marvel.
As far as
that's
quality of
staying
film,
put.
Yeah, they
Yes.
sure are not.
yeah.
That's not a good sign.
I'm
They're-
hoping for that.
That's not a good sign that they're not moving it.
Marvel's could do really poorly at the box office.
Yeah.
I'll say this because I know that Marcus and I have talked about it, and Sonny and I have talked about this at length. There have been people who have reached out about like when we do like the buyout type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People have brought it up. They're like, "Are you going to do one for the Marvels?" And the normal response is like, But we've had more people saying like, I think they want to see a superhero film. And they know that that's the last option they have for a while.
Yeah.
We could do Aquaman.
So the movie Aquaman might be put on
Yeah.
Max. It might not even be
true.
released.
Yep.
But the
It's
Marvel,
that bad.
I think that the excitement for the
Sucks.
Marvels because they
Shout
know
out Amber
there
Heard.
won't be another movie in theaters for a while. The
Till
Marvels
March.
might end up doing well.
Yeah, because March is Dune Part 2. They moved it to March of next year.
Did
March
they?
15th. I'm not happy about that either.
No, yeah, that
But
stinks.
For
This
lot,
man
for
just
many
Googling Zoe Saldana.
for many
Rosario
reasons,
Dawson?
I'm
What's
not
going on
happy
over
about that being moved to March 15th.
Yeah.
The tournament is that weekend.
That's true.
I mean,
And but if I had said that, sorry, Sonny and I are having a different conversation.
it's okay.
So when does the Marvels come out again? November?
November
17th?
10th. They were going to move up and take Dune's date. It's like, who cares?
What was it, like an hour? They said it's like the shortest
It's
movie,
the shortest
which I'm fine
MCU
with.
film.
That's cool.
I'm fine with that.
Well,
So
if people are feeling
more motivation to make you want.
It's like it shows the Marvel all the characters and stuff, and then they just roll the credits.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I think as a suggestion for people who are fiending to see a superhero movie, I think you should go back and watch some of the stuff that's already out and kind of do a rehack, if you will, some that you might have missed.
Well, Dark Knight's going to be in theaters for
right.
a
couple weeks,
here.
right?
Go watch
Yeah,
Dark
so
Knight.
stuff like that, I think
That's actually
would be a good way to do it. And maybe like I haven't done it yet, but I want to go back and read or watch Ben Affleck's Daredevil movie.
So good.
I want to do that. He in
So
fact,
good.
yeah, he actually wrote the intro to this new gallery edition that came out for Daredevil by Kevin Smith, his run. And I was like, oh wow, they had like everyone writing all these intros, and I guess Ben Affleck took the time to talk about his inspiration for and why he's a Daredevil fan. So I was like, wow, okay.
That's a candidate for Run It Back.
Yeah.
Well, definitely.
Yeah.
One of the most like groundbreaking characters ever came out of that is Electro.
So I would recommend that, go through, because we that's one good thing about the streaming platforms is there's a lot out there for people to just go back and rewatch stuff, maybe stuff that you've missed, whatever, and enjoy.
I started watching the animated thing on on Max, My Adventures with Superman.
Oh
Yes.
I started watching that. That's
good.
really good.
You know,
Yeah.
one of the funniest things I've heard people say about that show is I have heard grown men say this show is really good, but it's kind of childish. Oh, you don't say. You don't say.
The animated show is kind of
show-
childish.
Superman
That is made for children
That's pretty
is
funny.
childish sometimes.
Yeah.
And you as an adult male wish it was a little more serious.
But to be
Bro,
fair,
watch
Th-
it.
there's
but to
young
be
It ain't
fair,
invincible,
some
man.
of the animated DC stuff is like very dark, and there's like
Some of it
maybe-
is, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean, well,
Trying to-
the
trying to
characters
save
are
whoever you're
younger
talking about.
anyway. They're kind of
I just think that's a
college.
funny
Yeah,
construct.
they're like borderline high school into college age anyway. They're interns, and it fits.
do you watch, or if you were to watch, like, I don't know, Ed and Eddie, would you be like, man, this isn't mature enough?
No.
Exactly.
That'd be kind of a
that
weird
show.
argument
Exactly.
I
for
love that show so much.
the point.
So do I.
Yeah. Marcus, we're kind of like we need you, man, to do the heavy lifting this week.
Yeah.
Sonny, we do that copper drop thing, and
Yeah, y'all didn't bring no.
Paul and I
I
are
got some stuff to
empty-handed.
talk about,
I
but-
came
But
over
you
from
didn't
the
bring no
airport. I do have something to talk about, but we don't have any books with
That's
us
hard.
per
No
se.
no visual aids.
So I don't know who would like to go
Hey, you're my
first.
visual aid, Marcus.
oh, thank
Oh
you.
my word!
Wow.
I appreciate that.
Marcus, would you
I don't
like
think-
to start,
Sure, I can
and
start.
Paul and I will close it out?
I don't think I meant what you think.
So I didn't bring it just because it was just so much. I had so much in my truck, but I wanted to make sure you guys, if you guys haven't checked out Kevin Smith's Daredevil run from 1998, the Marvel Knights series. That was one of the ones, along with Punisher, that launched that series in the late 90s. And Kevin Smith, that Kevin Smith, as he's called on Instagram, he wrote 8
Fat man on Batman.
strong, powerful issues. I even posted about it on my Instagram, plus a half issue run that I believe it was sandwiched between, I think it came just before Bendis's run, I believe. But yeah, really good, very, very heavy, very dark, and very powerful, because it deals with a lot of his his inner conflicts with his Catholic faith and versus his both what he has to do with society. Super good. They have it on Gallery Edition out this week, oversized hardcover basically, and it's definitely a good one. But as far as this week is concerned, what I checked out was I went on ahead, since it's going to second print and I was able to get a copy. I went on ahead and checked out Miss Marvel #1. It's called Miss Marvel: The New Mutant.
You mean,
and it is written by
not dead?
and it's written by Iman Vellani, the one who plays Kamala Khan in the live action Miss Marvel series. She's co-writing with a few. There's like 4 names on here, but actually it's pretty decent. She's been resurrected.
You called it.
Yep, by the X-Men. And the basic setup is she's going away. She's leaving Jersey to go into New York for a summer program. She's checking out some colleges and things like that. And the institution that she so happens to be going to is ran and completely funded by Orkies, the anti-mutant organization that destroyed Krakoa. And so while she's there, she, under the guidance of Talon and Sync from the X-Men, she's to go in and be undercover and try to figure out what because they've gotten intel that there's an underground kind of lab or something going on under the institution that they want to try to sniff out. And so they send her in, and much to the similarity of Superman Son of Kal-El issue 1, her little disguise lasted all but one issue because something happens and then she ends up having to break out and save the day as Miss Marvel. So I don't know if she's been outed necessarily as Kamala Khan yet, but they know Miss Marvel is on campus somewhere. So very, very good setup. It was a lot of fun to read.
It already sounds better than the movie sounds.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because she's basically becoming one of the X-Men. She's now a mutant. She's been resurrected by the mutants, and she's
at this point,
she's been welcomed into that fold.
Yeah, we aren't. Yeah.
The second one is this is tied for first in my indie comics. Black Hammer: The End by Jeff Lemire.
Black Hammer's dope.
I thought, you've mentioned
Black Hammer. So this is said to be the final arc into that whole universe.
Nice.
And it's really cool. It's pretty much picking up where the last arc ended, where you have a doppelganger essentially of Black Hammer. He's he's pretty much battling it out with I guess the doppelganger of his daughter, the daughter that we've been following this whole time in the story. And someone is trying to basically go through the multiverse. So we have some multiverse action going on,
of course,
and killing out and eliminating all the Black Hammers because they're trying to resurrect the anti-god, which looks like Darkseid, who wants to come back. So they're trying to, Colonel Weird and all the guys, they're bouncing all around the multiverse, trying to assemble basically who's left of their Black Hammer team from different multiverses, who's the strongest from each universe, to assemble a super team to deal with this.
Yeah. Black Hammer is very like DC satire. You will read it and you'll go, oh, this character is this character. This character. There's a character that's clearly Shazam, but not Shazam. And but they're doing like satirical things with them and kind of taking a spin on them. Love letter-ish type deal.
Yeah, definitely a love letter to the DC universe. And then, highly recommend that one. And then finally, I did check out Batman, Catwoman, the Gotham War, issue 1. This is a little, I guess it's an event or a crossover.
Yep.
Something like of that nature. And I'm a little behind on because I guess Night Terrors kind of threw me off. But this story is pretty cool. It's Chip Zdarsky, among others. And essentially what has happened is it's picking up where the last story arc from Chip Zdarsky left off, along with Night Terrors in there as well, where Batman's back on his home universe, but there's been some significant changes. Crime has been reduced in Gotham by 75%. Batman seems to no longer be needed, and it turns out the reason why is because Selina has been basically getting all the rogues and all the criminals and hood street level thugs together and training them how to be better criminals.
Ooh.
So she's saying, okay, stop all this, violence and shooting up and mugging people. I'm going to show you how to basically climb 20-story towers and steal jewels from penthouses and things like that, where one score can feed your entire family instead of just trying to, do $20 worth of, a little bump,
right.
That kind of thing. And so now she called a meeting with the Bat family, all the heroes, and said, hey, this is what I've been doing. And what do you think? And of course, Batman's against these because he's like, what are you doing? Like, all you're doing is you're showing them, it's still crime. You're not, it's not better because you're now telling them to rob rich people versus rob poor people on the ground. It's still crime. So now it's kind of, you're seeing Selina Kyle kind of like play the field both ways. And it's going to be pretty interesting. It's really going to be interesting because there's the talk of, how she wasn't, how they were supposed to be married and all that kind of stuff too. So there's some emotional attachment there as well. So we'll see.
I like it.
It's Bat versus Cat, the Gotham Wars. So
The Gossip Wars.
yeah, Gossip Girl.
The Gossip
The Gotham Wars.
XOXO.
Yeah. So 3 excellent books, along with that gallery edition of Daredevil I was telling you about. Guardian Devil is what it's called.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Boy, I'm excited for
Copy
all
that
that stuff.
Gotham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
You
good.
better.
Shane says hello, by the
Shane
way.
is
Shane is
very
there.
excited about Marcus's appearance.
He's pleasantly in
he likes
in
he
the
likes
chat.
Yeah, he likes your shirt. Yeah, he likes the shirt.
Yep, he likes the
it's
shirt.
It's
He likes
the
the
shirt.
shirt. It's the
Anyways, do you want to go, Frank, or me?
Go ahead, sir.
So I picked up some books, and some of the things I've been really excited about came out this week or last week. I'm just gonna push past this.
Okay, you're all right. You're all right.
The Hunger in the Dusk 2 by G. Willow Wilson came out. I am
You're zoomed about it? I'm zoom.
What was that?
I was gonna say super excited, and I was gonna say something else.
I want you to say super excited.
I was zooted about
man-
this. I was not zooted. Okay, I'll leave that to Sonny.
Oh, big zooted.
But I was. The big hog is big zooted. Oh,
Push through, man. Keep. What's it about?
Hunger in the Dust, number 2.
I'm real excited to read that
Sounds
issue.
good, man.
The Incredible Hulk issue number 3 by our friend Philip Kennedy Johnson came
Of course.
out.
Yeah.
Excited to get into that and continue to see where that story is going.
Mhm.
It's crazy. It's like the Hulk barbarian mythology. Really excited about that. And I also was going to talk about, I was excited. I haven't read it yet. This is the first issue. Chip Zdarsky is back on Batman since Night Terrors. Took a break during Night Terrors, so he wasn't writing it during Night Terrors. So I'm excited that he's back and he's kind of starting up his new arc. Usually, generally speaking, I'm a little weary of Catwoman Batman stories because they usually devolve into making Bruce look like an idiot and like a crybaby. But I have faith that Chip Zdarsky is not going to do that. I love Tom King, but that's basically what his Batman run was. It was making Batman look like a crybaby and lovesick.
It was a lot of the Catwoman. and
Yeah, I
Batman
will say
dynamic.
there was a lot of really good dialogue when they were meeting at a nightclub and they were talking and she was explaining what she's been doing.
Off in the club.
And there was a lot of back and forth. Even Nightwing and Red Hood was
They were
in
getting
was in the movie too. It was interesting. So it wasn't kind of like the whatever. It wasn't like Crybaby or like I don't know, shouting match type of
Right.
arguing.
Because I've talked about it a few times. There's an issue of the Tom King run where Batman and Catwoman, they're not in costume. They're just Bruce and Selena, and they're laying in their bed. And Selena's like,
Not
I'm
in
leaving. And Bruce is like, why are you leaving? Like, he's literally crying.
Whoa.
And begging her not to leave. And I'm like, this is not Bruce Wayne.
Nah, man.
Same dude that bought
I'm like, what is happening?
bought the hotel because
But,
his dates jumped into the pool in the
those-
lobby. Come on,
those
fam.
traps
Come
be
on.
fire
Come
though.
Picking a lobster
Anyways,
out in the hotel lobby.
and I'm sure Frank is probably going to talk about this a little bit, but Night
No, he's
Terrors
not.
is over. I'm glad it's over.
I'm kind of I thought Night Terrors was fine, but I'm not going to talk about Night Terrors. I'm going to talk about the creator-owned project, 80-page, only printed once, not going to a second printing. Talking about, of course, Distillery, The Devil's Cut. It is a creator-owned project that dropped last week. 11 different short stories. Like we said, creator-owned. Scott Snyder, Tula Lotte, Joel Jones, Stephanie
Lotte.
Phillips, Rom V, James Tynan the Fourth,
Nice.
Jock. So many different. I'm not doing it justice. I'm not naming all the people. Raphael Albuquerque, Brian Azzarello. There's like so many people that are involved in this that have stuff coming out. They're going to be doing some ongoing stuff. Jock is illustrating, doing the artwork, and writing his sci-fi sort of alien vibes to it.
Sounds like a lot.
Of a isolated astronaut on this planet that's dying, and the series is called Gone. written by Jock. It comes out next month. That'll be the first, I think, ongoing to be launched from this distillery label.
Okay.
I'm crossing my fingers because I already made my list. I think I can do that. I cross my fingers and my toes that they're going to have distillery present at the Rose City Comic Con in some capacity. I saw that David Walker writes Bitterroot is going to be up there signing stuff. I'm taking my Bitterroot hardcover to get him sign that. But I'm excited for it. I really like the Devil's Cut. It was really cool, and they're naming a lot of the stuff that they're issuing or printing because it's a distillery is their label.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is kind of based off of alcohol.
Of course, like drinks or something.
Yes.
Ooh.
So I'm excited for it. It's a lot of horror vibes to everything that they're doing, creepy stuff, but it's been good so far. I'm enjoying it.
Nice.
Yeah. All those names involved are super dope. Jock in particular is one of my favorite creators, especially when he has a chance to go wild. Like if you, as like a kind of surface level comparison, if you dig like the cinematography and kind of the vibe of the Batman movie, that's what Jock's comics feel like. Kind of dark in tone and vibey.
Yeah.
Real vibey. Yeah. Real vibey. And but also there's like some heart there, and Jock is really fantastic.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you feel about The Boys?
Vibes.
That's like the series, The Boys. How do you feel about the Gen V? Have you seen the trailer?
I saw the trailer. It looks good.
Is that Clancy? I didn't watch the trailer,
Clancy
but
Brown.
I saw the.
They're kind of saying it's like the New
Mr.
Mutants
Krabs in that, John?
should have been New Mutants, kind of like
That's
that.
what it feels like.
Yeah,
that's what it feels like. I like that a lot.
It dropped earlier this week. We're getting the first. I guess it's like the first official trailer for Gen V. The new series is gonna be on Prime in a couple of weeks. I think it comes
29th?
out the 29th of September.
Oh,
it's gonna be
Arnold
dropping.
Schwarzenegger's son's in it, I think, right?
What did he say?
I think so.
Patrick or something like that.
Oh, maybe.
I think I saw him in it.
So we're gonna be checking out the first official trailer. See, I've just got to tune them out.
I know.
Just keep plugging away. Here we go.
Going.
Being a hero is not about glory. It's about sacrifice.
Welcome to Godolphin University. Hey! We've trained the best and brightest young heroes since 1965.
Black Magneto.
Godolphin is a safe space for you to thrive.
What's going on there?
That's Black Nito.
Marie Moreau, you could be the first top-ranked freshman in history.
I think you meant to say first black woman in 7.
But you have a target on your back.
A few of us are going off campus. Let's have a good time.
Vibes are crazy in this trailer.
So many vibes.
I'm still drunk from last
Hey,
night.
they were big zoot in the club.
Say Turbo Rush cures hangovers.
I wouldn't pour this on
Black
my
Nito was
giving
going
kid
crazy.
cancer.
There are dangerous, evil people at that school.
Oh.
I was so out of nowhere.
That's what a trailer's supposed to be like. Just surprising you like that. I love it. Shocking.
Oh, this is hard.
What's that?
Didn't that girl's head explode?
Exploded his
tag team explosion.
Sick. Wow. Not for him though, but visually. Not
Is she like throwing her blood?
Mm-hmm. Avatar Bloodbender or
Bloodbender.
That's real. Legends of Korra. There's
That looks crazy.
Yeah,
that's sick.
Wow.
I'm still on Black Nito. Like
Black Nito.
You know,
that's stuck in there.
That's
He was going crazy.
Is it just like the hyper violence, or is it like the fact that The Boys was actually good?
Myself so hard.
I think it's an extension of their universe.
Yeah, of course.
So you're automatically interested. You see some cameos from some characters that we're gonna probably see.
How much is Mr. Krabs going to be involved? That did Clancy Brown, the dude at the beginning?
Yeah, that's him.
That's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's in the beginning of Ahsoka. He's the guy that's like, he can come back.
He's
That's
writer.
Mr. Krabs.
That's Mr. Krabs?
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, he did great in
didn't
that
know
game.
that.
That's interesting.
So I think you just answered that previous thing that you were mentioning earlier, Paul. How like both Marvel and DC ended up at the same point. Well, it's because basically the actors are pretty, much the same people. They're being recycled through all these worlds.
That's true.
Yeah. So it's like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I
think they're doing a
small world.
They're doing a great job at, I guess, being different because.
I'm very interested in this.
It of course, it's darker and there's more violence, so they can go a little bit harder than I guess Disney Plus would go.
Yes,
but
very.
It's also nice. Very. It's also nice to have kind of new characters in this universe that we can get involved in. This
like Black Widow sounds compelling.
Black Widow sounds like my favorite character since Magneto. But
what did he say?
What did he say? If I'm not mistaken, this isn't really based on anything other than it's not adapted from anything in particular. So it's going to be fun. That could be a good thing. It could be a bad thing.
What'd you say though? It's what
it kind of feels like New Mutants.
It's like what New Mutants should have been.
Yeah, that movie wasn't good.
Typically, I think it'll probably be better. It'll probably be good because it's being written for its platform versus trying to be adapted and having to try to figure out what works and what doesn't.
Sure.
So I think it'll be good.
Amazon's got some cool stuff coming out.
Yeah,
A lot of their original things and their programming has been very good. When does Invincible come out?
We don't know.
September as well.
I think it's November.
Oh, really?
November?
They don't have a date for the next season of The Boys, but I think Invincible comes out like November 3rd, something like that.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
I'm really excited I'm excited for this though. But
did you guys watch that?
Yep.
Okay.
No.
What?
I don't know.
The Amazon, not the Amazon. The
come on, you got
Invincible special.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, Adam Eve.
So Adam Eve.
Fire.
It was fire.
It was good.
Fire.
I didn't watch it.
Twisted.
Oh, I didn't see it yet.
Yeah, I
It's
haven't.
very
It was
twisted.
good. Is the
worth
animation like a little better than it was from last season? Because that was like the only gripe from last season.
It felt the same.
The animation was a little rigid at times.
It felt the same.
Felt the same.
Yeah.
Invincible season 2 premieres November 3rd.
Okay.
Oh,
nice.
We don't have to wait too long.
Merry early Thanksgiving.
That'll be here. Yeah, that'll be here.
Merry
Birthday
early
present
Thanksgiving.
to you.
It was still early.
I hate you.
That's rude.
Wow.
Well, we still have a little bit of time.
Like Bismarcky.
I wanted to ask you guys about to get into the what is it called? The Rotten Tomatoes thing. We're talking about the controversy with this Rotten Tomatoes. Have you been reading about this? That they may have been manipulating some stuff.
Definitely.
So there's
a company called Bunker 15
who was paying kind of lower to mid-level reviewers $50 at like a minimum per review to boost like the scores. And I believe it was for some movies like that weren't doing so well that they were concerned about not getting great ratings,
like the Marvels.
And they were paying them to try to, which could explain things like why Thor: Love and Thunder has a positive rating on Rotten Tomatoes from critics.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
I mean,
or Indiana Jones.
Well, how far does it go back?
I liked Indiana Jones.
Yeah, how far does that go back? That
Probably
that would be my question.
Disney took over Marvel.
Yeah.
But honestly, I if you can't see that Rotten, like, I mean, clearly based off of a lot of the reviews, it's like you get, a couple hundred, and it's all 98, I mean, all this to say, always go to IMDb because you got thousands of legit critics. Nothing's perfect. Nothing, like the highest movie there is Shawshank, and I think that's a 9.4.
Yeah.
That's like
they're not just throwing out 100.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, to Dre's point, like even on Rotten Tomatoes, it's such like a popular site that obviously critics are being influenced in some way, and
for sure
there can be like fans and bots that go and attack the audience source, so you can't trust that. Because like, for example, if you look at The Last Jedi, The Last Jedi has a 7 out of 10 on IMDb. The Last Jedi for audience score, and IMDb is essentially an audience review thing, and it's got a 7 out of 10. You look at, and it's got thousands and thousands. You look at Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score is like
40 something.
No, but the star rating is like 4 out of 10, and that's there's not usually that much discrepancy
for
between those two.
Yeah.
So it's like Rotten Tomatoes can be kind of difficult on either side of it, and especially now that this information has come out to kind of. And there was like a study that like
they studied
like 2/3 of moviegoers check Rotten Tomatoes before they go and watch a movie.
I stopped because there was some stuff that I watched
back in the day.
Then I was like, I said, they know what they're talking about. I just watch the show or watch the movie. I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
I'm done with Rotten Tomatoes.
That used to be a
So this
site that I would go
didn't
to when I
move
was
me
just
one
like
way or the
sitting on the
other.
fence, like wanting to decide if, I kind of want to go, but I don't. I need something to kind of be like the tiebreaker to convince me to get up and go to the movie theater. That used to be my way of doing it, but now I just don't care.
Yeah,
if I like the plot, if I like the actors or whatever's going on, I want to watch it. Like The Creator, which is
That's coming out soon.
Oh, that's the end of the month.
I can't wait to. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
You go watch that. You see it?
I think it's like the 29th as well.
So like
There's got 30 more
very
tickets. Y'all
small
players want to go see a movie.
tangent, but there is a scene in the trailer for The Creator. Do you guys remember?
Yeah. You told me about
3
this.
years ago, the explosion in Beirut that killed
Oh,
like
yeah,
300
that they
people.
used.
It's literally the video
Yeah.
of that
Oh,
bomb
wow.
going
Yeah.
off with CGI put over it. It's a real bad look for that movie right now.
That's not cool.
I am still interested in
Yeah,
watching it, but
that's
maybe
not
you
good,
shouldn't use actual footage of people dying in your movie.
Beirut is the fireworks.
The factory.
No,
out of
the factory
factory.
exploded.
Yeah, there was a
Nuclear
gnarly
harbor.
explosion.
Yeah, it was like a dynamite factory. Or
It was like-
something. Yeah.
It was like the one of the largest.
What is it, a Wile E. Coyote cartoon?
It was one of the largest
Yeah.
chemical explosions in
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
mankind, and it killed like hundreds of people.
I remember the preliminary reports was like it was a fireworks factory, then it was a dynamite factory. It was something with that type of like a combustible type of.
It's the factory where they make
Yeah.
the one chip
I was
for the
like,
one chip
wow.
challenge.
Yeah,
That's the same. It's the same factory. It's just hot.
all sauce,
it's all sauce,
All sauce.
all that sauce,
all that seasoning,
All sauce, no wings.
seasoning,
one chip
the
seasoning.
seasoning. Get some seasoning.
I mean, now they pulled it out of stores because somebody died eating it. So
Yeah.
I'll eat it.
A teenager.
Yeah, he's weak.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
skinny teenager.
Let's just split it.
Because
Yeah.
he's skinny.
Yeah, he probably didn't have enough insulation for it. But then again, he's also a teenager, so I'm sure that's not
I
all
read the
that.
chat for
RIP, young.
5 seconds, and I have no idea what we're talking about.
I don't know.
I'm sure,
It's
like
okay.
I'm sure there's more to it.
No, for sure.
There's more
For
to
sure,
it because
for sure.
you know how teenagers are. It's not just
They're just
one
teens.
chip. I'm sure it was like a chip plus some
And
hot sauce plus
Oh, that thing I
all this
sent
other
to the-
stuff.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
Tide
because
Pod.
teenagers they're invincible and stupid, so they're gonna try to add all kinds of stuff to be cool. You know,
Got to get that 1,000.
The views of Marcus do not reflect everyone on
chips
this
at once. How's that? You know, that kind of thing. So
We need to have a disclaimer, like in the right
The
above our
views of
Gorilla Cross
Marcus.
logo that says, "Of the
Not
views
the
held by
official
Marcus
view.
are not the views held by everyone else on the show."
yeah.
We do not.
If you have a problem, DM me directly and I'll tell them to your face.
Oh my god. He will too.
He will. He will. He will.
Jeez. Wow.
Get us back on track, please.
We were talking about hot chips.
Please.
Or something. I don't know
We're
what we're
talking-
talking about.
Creator
No,
movies.
I think the creator looks good.
Hold up. You
There's
like
like
my
a
review on
Rogue
Hot
One people like worked on the creator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony Gilroy.
Tony
Yeah.
Gilroy.
Yeah,
Could be fun.
I still think it'll be good, but that's
That is a bad look. That's a bad
Sure.
look.
probably not a good idea.
We'll go watch it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
Denzel Washington's son.
So was I supposed to be like super excited that Anakin showed up in
In
episode 4?
Ahsoka?
In Ahsoka, yeah.
Just
Have
you.
The lonely
Just
I mean,
Yes,
I don't know
yeah.
if you were. You
I
don't really
I
like
mean,
any of
because
them,
for me,
but-
I mean, so my take on that is I was excited when he first showed up in Obi-Wan because I think that pair has
an
a stronger
interesting
chemistry
dynamic. Yeah.
and
Oh,
more
for
nostalgia,
sure.
more
For
story
sure.
behind it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Whereas him just showing up in whatever Light
World
Bridge,
of the world.
Bifrost she's in.
The Bifrost.
Yeah.
This man said the Bifrost.
Yeah, whatever. You know, hey Thor, how's it going? You know, I don't know what's going on, but him
Damn
showing
Disney
up there
Plus.
is kind of like, all right. So I'm just waiting for him to call her like Snips or
She
something.
did.
He did.
already.
They
He did?
Yeah.
Okay, I must have missed
You were
it.
It was like a
Attention.
whisper.
You turned it off already.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably did.
You're probably
She's
yelling at some teenagers.
She's like in all her boring glory, Master or Anakin.
Master.
She said, "Oh yeah," she said Anakin. I was like, Anakin. Yeah, I was like,
She had
I
a
was
little
like,
more. She was like, Anakin.
no, she did. She turned around and
She
she
got a little
gave it.
smirk.
She
She
gave
got a
him
smirk.
gave her like the straight Brie Larson look, just Anakin, just lifeless. No soul.
So you liked it. You
man.
gave it about an 8, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
loved it.
Yeah.
The cynicism is real.
Don't look at me.
That's exactly why I said it.
So he turns around and looks at me.
We're like, oh, this is Paul's
fault. You're not allowed to be critical of things that you, for the most part, enjoyed.
Absolutely. Just don't give it an 8 when you
Bro.
on it.
I think John Wick is stupid, and I
Here we
love
go
it.
back to John Wick.
That's what it is, right?
To John Wick.
Well, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what it is.
John Wick is a dumb movie that I enjoyed.
8 out of 10.
Literally.
Yeah.
So when's Fast 11 coming out?
I don't know, Frank.
Fast
the
X
expert.
Part 2
Part
comes
two.
out in 2 years,
yeah,
bro.
get it correct.
And we'll all be there.
For
Okay.
family.
That's not
I'm
accurate.
down.
I will not be.
I'm probably gonna
Austin
get
and I
put
went
on
by
a-
ourselves.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody went.
No.
I'll go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'll go. I'll probably
Dre's like,
I'll just
I'll
get
go.
drunk
We
and
got
just
3.
talk smack.
Yeah,
and
Dre's a real
smack
one.
the
He'll
whole
go.
We'll
He's
just
down.
laugh the whole time.
Dre just wants to hang out. He don't want
Family.
to watch Fast X. Part
Sonny
2.
did end up watching it though.
I watched it.
It was entertaining. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, you saw it?
That's
yeah,
all-
I counted how many
yeah.
times they said family. I think I got like to 27.
Oh.
And then
27.
Yeah, at least.
We don't use Nas. We have
But
family.
It was just entertaining. I'm taking out everything that I know what fast is. You know, I'll just
Street racers.
No, because that died after. You
The
know,
second
the
one?
Fifth. I mean,
The
I would say
fifth
the
one was,
fifth.
yeah.
You know what I'm
The
saying? Fast Five
groundbreaking
was
best
dope.
one out of all of them, Too Fast, Too Furious, was definitely the.
Is it weird to critique a series of films when you say, I don't know, man, I gave up on it after the 7th? is that like,
Damn.
is that weird?
Well, Marvel has like how many films?
That's true.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they've got,
I know they're,
they don't have family. They've got the Stones. I don't know. They
Yeah,
got-
I don't even have
Like,
those
not
anymore.
anymore.
They don't have
Five,
Stones.
And then 10.
Now they got
Stones.
multiverse.
Oh, wow.
everyone's confused.
Everyone's got a multiverse.
Sonny, Too Fast and Too Furious is the worst Fast and the Furious.
Oh,
Is-
man.
You like Too
Hot
Fast, Too
take.
Furious?
Nah.
Too
Yeah,
Fast,
okay.
Too Furious.
What about Tokyo Drift?
That's
Tokyo
Is
Drift
by
is-
far.
Tokyo Drift's
That's
my
a bad
favorite one.
movie.
Tokyo Drift is
Have you
my
ever-
jam. It
Have you
slaps.
ever watched Tyrese Gibson's what's it called?
I don't know. You don't
Audition tape to be Django?
No.
What?
Bro,
To be
it's-
what?
It's the best thing I've ever watched.
Start
in my
over,
entire
please.
life. There's
Start over what you were
there's
saying.
a audition tape.
Oh, speaking of Tyrese, did you see that little thing on Twitter? They're like, "Oh, Tyrese is rumored to be cast as Robin for the Batman 2," and they're like posting up the little clips of like, it's like when Robin like gets left with Joker with the bat, and it's the one where he's screaming, "No!"
Yeah, see, no, have you ever seen that clip where Tyrese Gibson's like,
No.
no, that's from his audition tape to be Django.
so
He's-
funny.
Please
He's
send
like
that to me.
laying butt naked in a cave. And then
so
the light hits him, and he turns around, and he just
screams.
Oh my
the
god.
funniest thing I've ever watched.
He
in
was
my
a lot
entire
better
life.
in Too Fast, Too Furious. I'm just.
He
gonna say that.
was,
He's way
and
better.
that was when Tyrone. No,
Tyrone. What did he say? Tyrese.
No, his name Roman Pierce.
Oh,
That's when Roman
yeah.
Pierce was
Yeah.
real. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Let's get it," and then they just softened him up, and now he's like, "Oh,
Now he's the comedy
we
guy.
shouldn't be doing this, bro." It was, but yeah,
I like that. That
Too
should be your tagline. What did he say? I like that.
Him and Luda taking the Fiero to space.
Oh man,
Oh yeah, that was great.
Fantastic.
see, and
can he see over the steering wheel?
I ain't even-
Luke?
It was like
he's short.
duct tape.
He's
They're
a
like
little
duct
dude,
tape.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a little dude.
Bro.
We just go off on these tangents,
Yeah,
man. Like
we went from the chip,
the chip,
Beirut,
that's good.
the
That's good content.
Beirut, John David Washington,
John Wick,
John Wick,
Fast X.
Fast X,
And it's been 5 minutes.
rapid fire. Rapid fire.
No, that's what we're good at, man.
Um,
That's the best.
Huh?
oh, you know that.
Yeah, Gremlins is great.
I don't
course.
understand.
Yeah.
Um,
Was Tyrese in Gremlins?
No, I don't know why you said that.
Was Tyrese in Gremlins?
no.
Yeah.
Tyrese wasn't in Gremlins, right?
What?
No. Okay. I'm just thinking. I'm like, what the hell? When is Tyrese in Gremlins?
You know what just happened? You just got quanned.
No, for sure. No, for sure. I was like,
Oh man.
He's like, "You right?
Dang.
Oh man.
I mean, like
That's
Tyrese Gibson, was he in that movie that he was probably like 2 years old when it came out?
I don't know. Hey, come on now.
I don't know.
I was just talking.
Give me your opinion
Oh,
about
man.
Yes.
this. They're gonna put this episode of Ahsoka, episode 5. They're gonna put it in theaters.
Mhm.
Okay,
The
theaters. They're putting it in theaters. I
Really?
mean, they
Why'd you
picked
say
10 places to put the movie
not a
to
lot.
put it
It's
out.
not a
Right?
lot.
It's not a
They're
lot.
all in California.
There's a lot of hype. Do we think that we're gonna get something like a bigger reveal than what we got in this last one? They're gonna up the stakes. Do you think this is the Mandalorian episode?
Yes.
I mean,
The
if they're-
time between time or whatever, and then and then the do.
I mean, we get
woo, woo.
we get the blue guy in this one, right?
It's
No.
got, right. You don't think it's gonna be thrown?
No.
Oh, Thrawn.
Why are they putting it in theaters? then?
Oh, that could be. Yeah.
Like that's I mean,
it's possible.
Are they going to put every single one of the last 4 episodes in theaters?
I feel like Thrawn will be like the last scene.
That's
of
what
that
I thought they were
episode.
going to do.
I
Was
guess. So we're going to
you
build
could go
a
early and
whole
watch the other
show?
episodes.
No.
I don't know if I like. I don't think. I would rather him show up earlier in the show.
I think he should have been.
I mean,
showing
like,
up.
oh, this guy's big and scary, and then 2 seconds after at the end of the
credits,
show,
yeah.
they're like, oh, he's here now.
He's
Like,
not
then
really
what
that
the
big.
hell
He's
was
just
the point of
blue
it?
and terrifying looking.
Why are we going back and forth between the theaters and streaming?
No, for real.
Yeah, what is that about?
I don't know. There must be
get that.
something big. I don't know.
Like
Well,
6 theaters. Yeah.
I mean, I think
He's
they're
gonna
trying
come
to
in riding the Star Whale. Is that what it's called?
the Star Whale,
And Ezra
yeah.
Miller is going to be chasing him with the other one.
He's going to be surfing the Star Whale.
Bro, that was so cool when they were all just like swimming through the
hate you so
clouds.
much.
Why?
the Star Whale.
I just want to see Sabine fight and win a fight. You know,
I don't
because
care.
She's better in Rebels. For
yeah, because
keep her helmet on.
She
didn't wear a helmet that much in Rebels.
she's
anyway.
boo-boo.
She was pretty flipping parkour. Like
Yeah,
she's
she's a chump in this
Yeah,
show.
this
man.
one I'm like,
I'm
what's
like,
going on,
good
dog?
God.
A chump.
Yeah,
She's got to go back to Jedi camp.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
She
Yeah,
failed. Failed out, right?
They're writing this weird line in the show where they're like, the Force is in everybody.
Mhm.
And then they're like, but some people can't use it. And I'm like, bro, the prequels have poisoned Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because they can't
Midichlorians.
just come out and say anyone can be a Jedi because, well, midichlorians.
Well, I mean, what's his name? Hu Yang, the droid. He already told. He's like, nah, she. Ain't
Bro,
worst.
He's like the aunt or uncle at a family event that just like kills.
Just be honest.
Whatever. It's
Yeah,
like,
he's
well,
like-
it ain't that great.
yeah,
It's like, you
yeah.
know, Hu Yang is dumping on Sabine all the time.
You know who hasn't
It's
been in
justified.
this as much as I expected them to be?
Ezra Miller.
Chopper.
Ezra Miller.
Chop. Chop gonna chop, bro.
I thought
Ezra
he was
Bridger.
gonna be-
That's what I thought.
I was like Ezra Miller.
Like he shows up for 3 seconds every episode to be in the back of a scene. I don't know what was just said.
Ezra Miller.
I thought it was Ezra Bridger. I don't know, man.
Ezra Miller's been a
comes
huge
in on
part
the
of this
space
show so far.
That's your boy.
Yeah.
That's your boy. Yeah, he just shows up in the background of like each episode and is like, wah, 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 and then he disappears. And I'm like, what is happening?
Chop gonna chop.
Yeah, whatever that
Oh,
is.
Ezra
Chop
Miller,
gonna
that's
chop.
great. That was
Chop
great.
gonna
I'm
chop.
gonna chop.
And Ezra Miller has been amazing in this show so far.
Groundbreaking character.
You
I
guys are
think
confusing me. I was like, wait, yeah, it is Ezra Miller.
that was nodding along for saying like, yeah, Ezra Miller. I'm like, what?
What are you talking
Ezra
about?
Miller,
dude?
yeah.
So sorry.
No, it's fine.
I apologize.
No, you should feel bad.
But I
about
think that they all have different motivation. Like they're all looking for
Yeah.
something different with Balin Skull and Shock. No,
What,
not
what's
Shakti.
the
Shakti?
what's the
Not
other lady?
Shakti.
What's the other lady?
Shin Hati.
Shakti's the hot one with the things in Revenge of the Sith who's like spinning around. No, dog, check it out.
They spinning.
She's
they
like,
spinning.
she's spinning around at like Order 66 and she's like fighting all the clones and then they kill her.
okay, yeah,
the
yeah,
one
yeah,
with
yeah.
like the tank
yeah,
or
yeah.
the
Oh,
crop
yeah.
top.
Yeah,
That's Shakti.
Okay.
She shocking them teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crop tops are like this. Why'd you go the crop tops?
He's not on camera. He can do that.
This is where
He's
crop
like the one with the
tops
crop
stop.
tops.
I went to crop tops. What are you talking about? Crop tops are like this.
Oh man,
That's a tube top, son.
Oh, fam. Okay.
what's happening?
Okay. Okay. You're
crop
right.
top stop right here. You know,
I
like
bet.
Ezekiel Elliott. Do
Dre,
you know who that
better
is?
clip this.
Why couldn't you just say anybody other than a big, scary black man?
Is it?
Crop top.
But you
Is
knew
it?
what I was
I
talking
know
about.
Is it a
talking about.
Sakura?
What?
Ayla Sakura that has the crop top?
I don't know.
In
Are we
Star
really
Wars?
going into this?
Shakti.
Oh, maybe it is her.
It's not Shakti.
But she's the one
It's
like
not
she's
Barriss
like
Offee.
belly
She's
dancing while
wearing
she's trying
robes.
to stop the clones and then she dies.
Is it
Shaka
Shaka
Khan.
Khan?
Shaka
yeah,
Khan tea.
yeah, it's Shaka Khan.
Is it
It's
Ezra
actually
Miller?
Shao Kahn.
Yeah, it's Ezra Miller.
It's Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shao
he
Kahn
was part
played
of-
by Ezra Miller.
Yeah. In
How about James Caan?
think-
James Kahn. Yeah.
James Caan. R.I.P.
Shout it. There you go.
Raffican.
You know.
There you go.
I don't know
Genghis
what we're,
Khan.
I don't know what we're doing here.
I got points. I want to be included.
We got a few minutes. Marcus, give me some thoughts on
On Shaka Khan.
give me some thoughts on Tyrese Gibson before we get out of here.
On Kali
Thoughts on Tyrese Gibson?
Great actor. No, just give me anything. Just go.
I'd love to know.
Oh,
He's like, say your goodbyes.
Save us. Let's see.
well, as I always say, yeah, read comics because ultimately, when the film universe falters, the comics usually will buoy your enthusiasm. So, by all means, go check out your local comic book store, see what the new reads are. DC's still killing it with all their stuff that they're doing. Marvel is starting to pick up again because, like as I mentioned earlier, the Miss Marvel stuff is actually pretty decent. Before Iman Vellani started writing, I read the Miss Marvel's series of one shots that they were doing, and they were all a lot of fun. So yeah, check out your local comic book store, see what's happening. And definitely, if you are into some Daredevil, I would definitely consider purchasing Kevin Smith's run, Guardian Devil, out on Gallery Edition. Ooh, phenomenal artwork by Joe Quesada, inks by Jimmy Palmiotti. Amazing, a gorgeous book, absolutely gorgeous.
I would have mispronounced those names.
Big Hog.
Yes,
the Big Hog. What do you got?
Thank you again for having me, as always.
Absolutely. Thank you for sitting next to Marcus.
Yeah, that's my brother. You know what I'm saying? It's my brother. Shout out to the 7 Records family back home. And yeah, I'm getting more comfortable behind this or in front of the camera. So, I'm feeling better.
Marcus is a little too. Oh my God.
Don't think I haven't noticed.
No, we didn't think you didn't.
Oh, pants. Got it. Yeah. Okay.
Pants.
Okay.
Yeah, pants.
Where you get those pants from, son?
Oh man.
Oh, now you don't want to talk about
Sonny.
it. Oh, son, you don't want to talk about it.
Oh, these are 511s. These are what I use.
511s cost like $60.
Yeah, because I'm always.
Why are we going? Why are we going in the Levi's?
Him swinging his pants around over there.
Swing his pants around. Austin, help.
If you want to be ready for the next episode of Ahsoka, just watch season 4, episode 13 of Rebels.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that was very specific.
I like time in between times.
It's called World Between Worlds.
World Between Worlds.
Yep. So
hi, Austin.
It's the next episode of Ahsoka. Oh, wait,
I'm gonna finish it definitely before next week.
Nice.
Yes, watch that episode. That's it.
Paul, how do they find us in the social universe?
They find us in the social
between
universe.
worlds.
I cannot look at Sunny right now.
Social world between worlds.
They find us in the social world between worlds.
The social.
And they find us at Into the West Comics on TikTok, at @into_comics on Twitter, and at Into the West Comics on Instagram. Shout out Trey. He's been cutting up the reels, and we've been getting those out on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. And every week we're putting out the audio version of this podcast, and it's seamless, really. Sonny, just rocking that thing. Oh yeah, and Sonny's Feet Finder. Yeah. What's the sale? Is there like a 20% discount going on?
No, I got a little sale coming up. You know what I'm saying?
So what do you mean no? So you do have a little
$5 for 30 days.
Yeah, 66 an inch.
60 cents an extra, baby. Yeah, there it is. There it is. $66 an inch.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah.
I just want to make
Sonny,
sure we're talking about the same
ahead,
thing.
I think. Go ahead.
I just did the whole thing.
That's it. You're done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Guys, again, thanks for hanging out with us. We're right in the middle of Ahsoka Mania. Next week, we're going to have a very special guest from Kessel Run Comics. He is a huge Star Wars guy. Knows stuff, like he breaks it down.
Awesome.
Mac from Kessel Run Comics is going to be with us live via the Zooms. He doesn't have the crazy hair like what's his name,
Variant.
but Variant.
Tom Hiddleston.
But he's very knowledgeable, and it should be a fun time breaking the stuff down. And this episode, I mean, he talked to me specifically. He goes, "I heard episode 5 is gonna be crazy. Can I come on that week?" So he's hyped for it. It's gonna be a fun time.
And birthday next Thursday.
It's your birthday next Thursday,
Let's go.
Austin. We're going to the club. We're going to the club.
That was so funny to me that it was him that said that about his birthday.
I know. After
we're taking you to the club.
He said it's somebody's birthday next week. I'm like, oh, that's got to be like Sonny or Dre or Marcus. I mean, like, it's just yours.
Yes.
We're going to Club Dub Dub.
Yeah,
also, baby.
Maroc wasn't anybody.
I like that though. Like, I feel like that keeps the because the show's struggling with like we didn't talk about that. We should have talked about that.
Yeah, I was thinking about it at the very
end.
end.
We could have cut into our Fast and Furious.
There's
talk.
like like not a whole lot of focus going on with the show, and I think
our show
not being somebody. Well, our show definitely no focus, but him not being somebody, I think allowed the show to breathe a little bit.
Nice,
guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great night. We love you, and it's taco time or pizza time. I don't know what we're doing. We're gonna do something.
Let's do something.
Boom.
Let's get it.
Have a great evening. Thank you for hanging out with us. Subscribe.
Bye.
Boom.
Do it. See ya.
Do it. Just do it.
I got you for 3.